Welcome to the Dysfunction Junkies podcast. It's Flashback Friday. And now, here are your hosts, Chrissy and Carrie.
Hello, junkies. I'm Carrie.
And I'm Chrissy.
It's Flashback Friday.
Yay.
And since we are now in season 2, and this is just our 5th episode of the season, we thought it would be a great time to flash back to where it all started, where we met episode 1, Meet Your Host.
Yes.
So
And that was a wonderful thing.
it was. So for those of you that maybe didn't listen back in the earlier episodes, but kind of wonder where it all started, enjoy this episode, everybody.
Yes. Thank you. I'm Chrissy.
And I'm Carrie, and welcome. Chrissy, this is happening.
It's happening.
We're doing it.
We're doing it.
So let's tell everyone a little bit about us, who we are, why we're doing this, and what we hope to achieve.
Okay.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Well, first of all, so we were best friends in high school for
We were.
a couple years of high school.
Yes.
In the middle years.
Yes.
Yes. And then
Well, I didn't show up until our sophomore year.
right, you came in the sophomore year.
Yeah.
By senior year, we started, little differences, no animosity, just kind of going our own different ways.
She's being nice. Chrissy turned into an idiot, but wanted to do something way different than what we were doing originally. I wanted to have fun and party. My friend Carrie here was a little too mature for that. So
I won't say mature, but just on a different path in life at the time.
yeah.
Thought I was in love and going to get married and do all that stuff. And, so it was just on a different path in the moment.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know what path I was on. The path to the sneaking into the local bar usually, but oh well. Different time, people. Don't judge. We don't judge here.
Nope.
You don't judge either.
Not at all. Again, this is your safe space.
It's a safe space.
Yes.
So let's hear a little bit about your background, Carrie.
Okay. Yeah. So we went to Catholic high school in Northeast Ohio, Rust Belt area. And I wanted to be an animal trainer. That was just my aspiring wanted to be, but had no support of my family and friends. And basically everyone thought I was nuts. They're like, you can't make a living out of that. But I proved them all wrong.
Yes, you did.
So I did. So I went to college, got a degree in behavioral psychology, went on to work for a major marine park and worked with all kinds of different animals, mostly domestic animals, but was around other ones. In fact, wouldn't doubt that I'm in many people's family vacation photos because I was on stage performing with animals and we'd do meet and greets afterwards. But yeah, so I achieved my dream and then later moved on to Las Vegas and got to work with some lions at a major hotel. So again, look through those vacation package. You might see more videos of me. But then I decided, I guess I got to grow up and get a real job. So I worked for animal control in a police department. But in 2013, my husband and I moved back here to Northeast Ohio. And now I have an adult job. I'm executive director of a church and have a little family hobby farm and have my husband and grandchildren. And we raise puppies for a major organization that provides service dogs for people with disabilities. And now podcasting with my high school BFF.
And her complete opposite in everything she just said. I, too, have been raised here in Northeast Ohio and was at the Catholic high school, Carrie, of course. And then after high school, I did venture into college with absolutely no direction. Just signed up and went. Didn't know what I wanted to be. My mother wanted me to be involved in music. She thought I was going to be a superstar.
Well, you had an amazing voice.
She was like what do they call those, stage mothers?
Oh, yeah.
But she never went anywhere near the stage. She just thought maybe I should be there. So it was like getting pushed off of a cliff.
Oh
and
God.
I just usually circled back and didn't end up going where she thought anyhow. But I got a degree in English literature, not because that's what I wanted to do. I could name off all the other things I majored in prior to coming to that. I ended up in literature, not because I like to read, because I hate to read, but because for the college that we went to, the university. Not a lot of film classes.
Nope.
But whatever we had was in that department.
Yeah.
So I squeezed myself into that and BS'd my way through a lot of books.
To get a BS? You BS'd your way
I
to
got a BA and BS is what I got
Same.
because pretty much was able to ace anything for the most part if there was a movie made from the book.
Oh, yes.
Because I probably saw the movie.
Yes.
But that got me into trouble sometimes too because as everybody knows, those
movies don't follow
movies
the
are
book.
not like the books. So usually by the professor's look on their face when I was trying to explain something would tell me I needed to shut up because I was way off. Met my husband down on campus.
Yeah.
We kind of knew each other prior to that. We got married. I went through a lot of really weird jobs with a lot of very interesting companies.
Great for future podcasts
Yes,
to talk about
very
dysfunction
much.
in the workplace.
I worked for a very good collection of what represents the city where we're from.
Yes.
And again, we'll get into that at another time. But I did eventually land a job where I've been for 20 years
Awesome.
with a very good company. It's a family company that's been around for over 100 years, and they're good people, and they continue to employ me.
They've been
So
good
I
to you.
Thank them for that. So, and then here we are with this podcast.
I know.
I mean, just Carrie and I talking about all this crazy stuff we've
Yep.
experienced. We came in and out of each other's lives over the last few years, trying to, but lives are busy.
Yeah. But we always found that when we talked to each other, it was always great therapy.
Very.
Because we would find out that, we're going through similar things. May not have been exactly the same, but the same problems or the same childhood traumas or issues that we went through, we're learning from, and how those dysfunctions or things that happened to us then are affecting us now as adults, and how we're working through it, and through our conversations and a lot of laughter, you get through things. And yeah, like 5 months ago, we were on the phone and kind of just randomly made a comment about a podcast or writing a book. And here we are.
I can't believe that was 5 months ago.
I was doing the math as I was driving here today, and I'm like, this has been 5 months in the making, but we have done a lot of work in 5 months to get here.
Yes, we have. And you do grow as you get older.
Yeah.
There's a lot of realizations, I think, that Carrie and I have come to
Yes.
that we did not have
Right.
10 years ago, 20 years ago, especially not 30 years ago when we were friends.
Exactly.
And I'm sure a lot of you out there have experienced this too.
Mm-hmm.
So again, this is the place for you to sort of know that there are other people who have
Yep.
these weird, crazy experiences that we're more than happy to discuss those at
Yes.
this point in our lives.
But we want to make some disclaimers today so that when you're listening to our future episodes, that one, we are not therapists.
Not at all.
Nowhere near. This is our own therapy for us. And we have a feeling that many of you are probably going to relate to things that we've said or that we're talking about. And we hope, if anything, that it's just, again, it's your safe space, that you'll be able to, commiserate with us, and that it'll just be, it's a fun place where, again, we're going to be laughing at some things. Also, no judgment here. So, again, it's our safe space. This is where you can talk about those things with your girlfriend or your friends, or, that you can just tell it how you really feel. So
Absolutely. And I think that if you can somehow relate to things we have, which I'm sure you will,
yes,
also, you might realize in listening with us that you didn't realize that you were experiencing some of these similar things.
exactly.
And we don't want that to become a problem, meaning now you're having nightmares because you didn't
Right.
realize
Right.
that you were experiencing this.
PTSD.
Yes.
Yes.
But please understand that when you realize that, you need to just face it.
Yep.
And then there is always humor in this.
There's
People, we
always.
have to laugh
We do.
because anything else
Yep.
is going to break you. So everything has a funny side, I think, for the most part.
We do.
So.
Yeah. And I think along with that, too, is a matter of, we are going to talk about at times maybe some serious issues. And again, we're not trying to make light of them, but we're just talking about how things have affected us, how we've moved on. And, hopefully, see some clarity out it. And throughout the different podcasts, we're going to be asking for your feedback. So on our Facebook page or, even on our website or emailing us, whatever, we want your input. We want to know if what we talked about hit home with you today, or we might do some polls. So yeah, we really want this to be an engagement with all of you listeners out there, on what we're talking about, or maybe some future topics. If there's something that's been getting on your craw and you want to talk about it, let us know, because chances are we've experienced it too, and we just hadn't thought about that's a dysfunction, or that's something we want to talk about.
Right.
Yeah.
And the word dysfunction here we're using in a way that has an umbrella over a lot of different things.
Exactly.
It's probably not the clinical definition that we're using. And
or the Webster's Dictionary.
Right, because we are not psychologists.
No.
And just to throw this out here, how we can do this humor thing, this is on me. I once watched a movie where the person in this movie made a statement that humor is tragedy plus time.
Oh,
now, this is not my line.
Yeah.
So
do you remember the movie?
I do. I don't know. Am I allowed to promote movies?
I don't know.
Am I? Oh,
I think you can reference it. You're referencing it.
And I'm going to get into a whole other thing, because talk about dysfunction. It was a Woody Allen movie, people. And I believe it was Alan Alda. For all of you youngins out there, probably have no idea who that is.
Oh my gosh, we're aging.
It was him, and the movie was Crimes and Misdemeanors.
Oh,
good movie.
I might have to. I don't think
people are going to jump all over me because of the Woody Allen thing. I'm sorry. This is a film.
No judgment. Safe space. Safe space.
I'm sorry. I think it's a good movie, and I love the line, and I think it does pertain to a lot.
It is.
So
that's
there
really
you
good.
go.
Yeah, you are definitely more of a movie buff, but you also have an excellent memory for details. Like when we started getting back together talking, you remembered the very first time we met.
Well, I remembered the first time because
apparently I was a bully.
No,
I did not know this.
No, this was not a bully situation.
It was a survival situation for Carrie, but let's let Chrissy tell you how we met.
We were in phys ed together. This was, I think, the only class we had
I think
together.
It was. Yeah.
And because I think Carrie was in the smart people classes. But
you are a smart person, too.
I didn't say, but yeah, the parents, again, my parents were parenting from afar and didn't think that maybe they should have seen, maybe Chrissy can handle this. I don't know. But
phys ed class.
Phys ed class. They made us run. I hate running. I'm sure most of you do. It's terrible. I don't know why people do it on purpose unless you're being chased, but we had to run.
And we were inside in a gym.
Inside in the gym. And I was running with somebody, another person who was not real adept at running fast or with the rest of the group. And Carrie had probably already passed me 3 or 4 times.
I have no recollection of this.
The gym teacher got very frustrated because me and the same girl were just like completely lagging. I mean, we were just really...
Were you power walking?
We were probably just trying to make it look like we were running, but it was power walking, if that. Or we were taking a walk in the park type of thing. And so Carrie came up behind us because the gym teacher said, look, you're going to have to run more laps if you two don't get moving.
Chop.
And I was like, what the hell's wrong with this guy? I'm like, Jesus, I mean, I got to go to another class after this. I don't want to exhaust myself. Carrie came up and she said, look, I'm not running more because of you. So get moving. And then she went on her merry way. And I was like, God damn, that bitch just told us we have to run.
No, wait, you got to hear the other half of the story. I too was not a runner, and I was one of those kids that I was never conditioned to run. And so I would get these really bad pains in my side, like from, breathing too hard. And it would just literally be like someone was stabbing me. So I really think in my defense that I was just dying also. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if I have to do another lap around this gym, I'm literally going to die. So I wasn't trying to be mean. It was survival.
Well, you're hilarious because you actually ran to the point of feeling pain. I wasn't going to run that hard to feel anything. I mean, you were dedicated to at least getting to that point. I was like, I'm sure I would have had pain too. I would have probably had a full asthma attack and, the whole thing. So Now,
That is how we met.
that's how we met.
Yes.
Now, where it gets foggy is how we became so chummy. That I don't
Yeah.
remember because we didn't have classes together. So somehow I think we must have been in gym class. And
Yes.
eventually I got over the fact that you told me I need to
maybe you
pick
realized
up
that
the
I
speed.
was. Yeah. Maybe you realized I really wasn't an athletic person. I really was on Team Chrissy as far as the non-athletic side.
Well, I don't know that I ever connected because you were fairly in shape. I was a former fat girl. So, I mean, I'd gotten into some shape prior to our sophomore year. Before that, pretty much a slug everywhere. But so we did. We became
we were
fairly
close.
chummy.
Yeah, we were great. So
Yeah.
then, like we said, college kind of came along, started going different ways in our life. But over the last couple of years, started been chatting more and getting together more, talking more, and now we're here. So I'm sure throughout the podcast you'll hear a lot more stories, but that's always a funny story I love hearing every time because I just think it's hysterical. And Chrissy remembers to the T how we met.
Yes,
So.
yes, yes.
So now we're fast forward to here we are now. So we're both different points in our life, and we've realized that we kind of have no filter. You know how they hear about that with people when they get older, they have no filter? I think you've always been better about not having a filter.
Very much so.
So I had a filter, but I was, but lately in the last 5-7 years, my filter is definitely going because I've learned how to create healthy boundaries and stand up for myself. My family actually has always called me the sheriff. I don't know if you knew that.
No.
Yeah,
And
they
please,
did.
Elaborate a little bit on that because I don't even know what that would mean.
Well, I think it's because, just through things in my life, I did have a rough childhood and there was some trauma and things that happened there. So I've kind of always been a fighter and I've always been one for right and wrong. And there's not a lot of gray. And I say things, I stand up and say things. I think part of me is always trying to protect people around me because I didn't feel protected as a child. I do get mama bear on things. In any case, so my family will call me the sheriff because if something isn't right, I am more than willing to call it out and to say something, which goes against everything that my family stood for. Because my family, and we'll talk about this in one of our other episodes, we didn't talk about elephants in the room. We didn't talk about problems, but I broke that mold. And so I would talk about it. I'd bring things up and I'd call things out. So so my nickname in my family is called the sheriff. So, but I think it's something that was a good life lesson for me to learn because it's, kind of made me who I am. It's made me be able to recognize these things that have happened in life and dysfunctions and to be able to, I feel like made me a better person. So I don't know if everyone else would agree.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I don't even know. I could probably make a long list of all the names I had in my family and still do. Don't care. But
Good, bad, or indifferent?
Good, bad, or indifferent. That's pretty much it. But one of the things probably was more of the invisible child because early on, my parents had two. I'm one of three. I have two older sisters. They were much older than me, like almost 12 years and almost like 10 years older than me. So when my parents were having kids during that time period of like the 60s and stuff, when all of their friends and family members were having kids at the same time, they were real involved with everybody. And then they had me. And by that time, most of their friends were not having kids. They were at a different point in their lives. So when I would usually show up with my parents somewhere, they didn't even know that I existed. Like, oh, you had another kid. Or, and I used to hear a lot from family members. I remember, your sisters when they were little, but I don't remember when you were little, Chrissy. And it's like, well, probably because you just weren't around, you know? And I didn't know a lot of these people.
Yeah.
My mom had a lot of relatives that were aunts and uncles and cousins. I didn't know who all these people were.
Did they ever say you were an accident? Were you an oops?
Yeah, I suppose I was.
But they didn't use that term?
No, I don't think my mother thought. They kind of told my mom medically that she probably couldn't have any more kids.
Okay.
And in fact, I was pretty close to gotten rid of because they said that she had something, her uterus was the size of a 5-month pregnancy.
Oh.
And that she needed to have a hysterectomy because she had a lot of problems.
Yeah.
At that point when I was born and stuff, they had just started testing before they would do such a surgery. So they said, oh, by the way, your uterus is the size of a 5-month pregnancy because you're pregnant.
Oh,
so, and everybody at that time, believe it or not, my mother said they used to tell her she's too old to have a baby. She was only 31 when she had me.
Oh my gosh.
So, but back then, late 60s,
Yeah.
early 70s, that was, I guess, considered old.
And that's kind of something too that we have in common is your sisters are older than you, just like my 4 sisters. So I'm the youngest of 5 daughters. And so, there's like 8 to 14 years difference. So I think that's another reason why we're kindred spirits. We're both the youngest of the family, both of all sisters, and having that age gap where we came from family, but we grew up as only children.
Yes. Which I think is a huge benefit.
Yes.
I mean,
agree.
I think you have siblings, and so you have to deal with them on the level of having siblings.
Yes.
It's, I think, a little different when they're older like that because you don't fight like other kids do with their siblings when they're close in age.
Yeah.
But you also get that feeling because they're out of the, by the time I was 9, both my sisters were pretty much out of the house and either married or going to be getting married. So you felt like a only child. Other benefit is usually your parents are a little bit more financially settled in their 30s than they were in their 20s.
This is true.
There's the financial gain for us kids, the youngest ones.
Yep.
We get the best of everything, the best clothes.
Yep.
Usually, so you can squeeze a private education out of them and, maybe a nice car on your 16th or 17th birthday.
I didn't get that, but yes. So,
you didn't know how to ask. You should ask me how to ask. I would have told you.
Okay, so let's talk about cars. So your 16th birthday, you got a car.
17th.
17th
because I
birthday.
didn't learn how to drive right away. I didn't get my license right away because the boy that's sort of our other connection between Carrie and I was dating for a long time, and he was a year older. He had the opportunity to borrow his family's car all the time, and he would drive me everywhere.
So you didn't need, there was no need.
So there was no need.
Yeah.
But then when we broke up, I was like, I can't be sitting at home.
No.
So I got my license, and then I scored a Camaro on my 17th birthday.
That's crazy. So I grew up more out in the countryside of town, on the edge of town where it was starting to become farmland. And I did have a horse. My ride when I turned 16 was some old Chevy truck. I don't remember the year, but I know it had a 454 engine or something. It was rusted out literally when I would drive to, because it was about 20-minute drive from where I lived to the high school.
Probably.
We had to get on the freeway and go downtown city. I literally had to have a piece of plywood underneath my gas pedal because it was all rotted out. Like you can see the road under the gas pedal.
Oh my God. I didn't even know you had this truck.
Yeah, it was this tan truck. So most of the time I would ride the bus to school, but I did have a truck that I would occasionally drive. So, but anyways, though. It was definitely like the Flintstones.
Yeah, we're getting images of that with the hole in the... Man, Carrie, that's
believe you don't remember
bad.
that.
I
know, it
don't
was
remember
bad.
that.
I know, yeah. Well, like I said, I came from, we were a middle-class family, and we'll talk about this in one of the other episodes, but my dad definitely had some gambling issues. So money was not a security in our house. So part of the reason why I'm driving the Flintstone truck with the hole in the, floor.
Wow.
Had to have the plywood. If it rained, oh gosh forbid, because the rain would splatter up.
Oh my God.
And my bobby socks would have white or stains on them from the freeway.
Oh my God.
See the things you learn, but
wow. That's, I did not know that, and I am so sorry.
that's okay. Hey, it all works out. We all get to better places in our life. We learn from it.
This is not a horrible thing. I'm sure a lot of you have stories of your first vehicles. Maybe some of you. Now, remember, my Camaro was not a brand new Camaro.
Right.
I got it in 89 and it was an 82.
Yeah.
And it was a standard. It was not.
It was still a nice car. I do remember
nice.
it.
It was nice and I loved it. And I had it for a very long time. I didn't get rid of it until I was pregnant with my son. My husband was sick of it taking his space up in the garage. And we didn't drive it. And it had a lot of things that needed done to it.
Yeah.
And just not anything we were really committed to. And to be honest, by that time in my life, when I was pushing 40, when I sat in it, I didn't feel 19 or anymore.
No.
You feel like you're sitting on the ground.
Yes.
I had to roll my windows down.
I've always been more of a truck person. I couldn't have a car like that.
Well, and my husband, one time I approached him and said, you know, what would be a fun project for us? Because I said, my husband's very book smart, very smart. And I thought, well, we'll get a book and we'll fix our car together. It'll be a nice couples project. Well, I insulted the hell out of him with that one because he said, my family did not raise me as smart as I am and encourage me to use my mind to fix a car. It didn't interest him at all. So
mechanics was not the thing.
No, it just wasn't. No. And I'm sure he could have
no doubt
did it, but
no. That's why you pay a mechanic. Take care of the car.
That's probably what he thought. And he didn't feel like paying a mechanic. So he's just like, just get rid of the headache and then we'll be happy.
And we'll have more space in the garage.
Yeah. For me, instead of my car sitting out in the cold all the time. So... But
so that's kind of a little bit about us. So moving forward, we've got a lot of great episodes lined up. We were going to talk about a lot of different things, just life in general, and we kind of hope that you all enjoy it. So
yes, and give us feedback.
Yes,
let us know some weird things because we will be happy to mention these stories and give you either we totally get it or we're amazed by it, and we want to give it a little bit of a shout out because we want everybody to feel comfortable here and to feel like you are seen and we hear you.
Absolutely.
Because that is important. We all have these wonderful and crazy experiences and they make us who we are.
Yes. So I think what we'll do is let's put some kind of poll on our Facebook page today. Maybe we should do a little poll of, maybe what kind of car. We can ask people what kind of car they got for when they turned 16 or 17, what their first car was.
Yes, we would love that.
Yeah.
And did you have to beg for it?
Yeah.
Or did you inherit it and it was a piece of crap and you hated it?
Did you have to worry about rain coming in through your floorboards?
Yes. Were you doing the Flintstones to get going every morning?
So I'm going to put that on our Facebook page. So where can they find us? So you guys can go to our Facebook page. You just look up Dysfunction Junkies. We also have an Instagram page. You can look up us there. And then we have our website, which is dysfunctionjunkies.buzzsprout.com. But all of that will tell a little bit, have some information about us. And for your podcast where you're listening to on iTunes or whatever other media, please give us a review today. We would love to see 5-star ratings so we can grow our customers, grow our listeners, and share more of our stories. But yeah, anything you can do to help us out that way would be very much appreciated. So
yes,
definitely look us up there, check out that poll, and then we'll be coming back to you soon with another episode. See you next week.